Falcons, Thursday at 7:30 on News 12.
From the station that's on your side, this is News 12 at 6 o'clock.
Tonight, a Columbia County teenager in the ICU on a ventilator and two others in the hospital after a crash near Greenbrier High School.
Plus, a local vet known for her love of animals mauled by a dog. How the community is helping coming up.
But first, dangerous heat hitting the viewing area today, and it's going to stick around.
Here's a look at today's high heat indices. You can see several areas topping the 100s, and if you stepped outside, you definitely felt that. I'm going to give you a live look now as we toss things over to First Alert meteorologist for the week in just about 10 minutes.
Riley, thanks. Instead of making it to school this morning, a Columbia County 15-year-old is in the ICU on a ventilator after an early morning crash. It happened near Greenbrier High School. Family and friends have been at AU Health all day today as they wait for updates on Allison Lily's condition.
Also injured in that wreck, 17-year-old Bethany Lilly and 42-year-old Monica Jean Cannington. Both went to the hospital with some scrapes from their seatbelts. But Taylor Martin is live for us outside of Greenbrier High School where those teens go to school.
Taylor, we know it's been an emotional day.
Show up a little bit later into the day tomorrow. This does not last all too long. We'll take a look at some hot temps late into the week in just about 10 minutes.
Riley, thanks. Instead of making it to school this morning, a Columbia County 15-year-old is in the ICU on a ventilator after an early morning crash. It happened near Greenbrier High School. Family and friends have been at AU Health all day today as they wait for updates on Allison Lily's condition.
Also injured in that wreck, 17-year-old Bethany Lilly and 42-year-old Monica Jean Cannington. Both went to the hospital with some scrapes from their seatbelts. But Taylor Martin is live for us outside of Greenbrier High School where those teens go to school.
Taylor, we know it's been an emotional day for that campus community. What do we know about the crash this morning and the ones hurt in it?
Well, you're right, Richard. It's been a very difficult day for this family and their Greenbrier friends. But in addition to that brain bleed for 15-year-old Allison Lilly, she's in the ICU with a fracture, a facial fracture. And as far as what we know right now, the crash happened on Riverwood Parkway and General Wood Parkway. The sheriff's office says Bethany was driving a Highlander SUV eastbound, and they say 16-year-old Sage Wise was driving west in the left turn lane when she tried to turn left onto General Wood Parkway. Deputies say she did not yield, ending in a head-on crash. They say Wise was not hurt. Some parents say the wreck shines a light on the safety concerns they've had for some time now. One says, I will say they absolutely need a light at that intersection. It's a safety hazard every day. I've had a few close calls myself, and there's a crosswalk there as well that people do not pay attention to. I'm worried a student is going to be hit. Another parent says, it has become an increasing strong concern for us, and we feared it was only a matter of time before something like today happened. Now, we'll keep you updated as we learn more about Allison Lily's condition and stay in contact with local law enforcement.
Our prayers certainly with her and her entire family.
Also this evening, a local veterinarian who spends her days caring for sick and injured pets is recovering after being mauled by a dog.
Co-workers say Burke County doctor Emily Martin was trying to sedate what they were told was an aggressive dog, and it ended with her nearly unconscious, bloody, and suffering severe nerve damage. You might remember Dr. Martin, who we told you about back in 2018. She tried to save Taka and succeeded. Taka had severe burns from a house fire. Friends we spoke to say she would do anything to help Taka or any other animal. And now she's the one who needs help recovering. Our Sydney Hood live in our newsroom for us. So Sydney, how are people coming together to help?
Laura, they've all asked the same question. Dr. Martin, what can we do to help you? You talk with any pet owner in our area, and they all have a Dr. Martin story to share.
I immediately start thinking about how many times she has helped us and helped animals and helped our cause.
Good boy. Shake. One name immediately comes to mind.
Taka, when he first came to her, he's laying in his kennel, and she's laying in the kennel with him.
He would only calm down if I sat with him, and I'm trying not to cry. But he didn't even know me, and he trusted me, so I got pretty attached.
This is back in 2018 when Taka first came to Dr. Martin.
When Taka was in the house fire, we didn't know who Taka belonged to. We had no clue. We immediately took him in.
Definitely it's going to be a happy ending to his story.
She was the vet that stepped up when she was working at Caremore and, of course, gave it immediate attention.
It's what she's known for.
I know, you're sad.
Helping animals.
A lot of people know who Dr. Martin is. She's, been active in the community. She's active with rescue.
She has that reputation of helping people, and now people have an opportunity to help her.
You can see just how much she means to pet owners from comments on social media to talking to pet owners themselves.
When I was desperately trying to find a vet on a Saturday, on New Year's Eve, she reached out to me, Becky, if you can't find anybody, let me know. You know, bring them out to me.
This is why we do what we do, and we love doing it.
She's a vet for the right reasons, put it that way.
And if you want to help out, Zeus's Crusaders is raising money for Dr. Martin. All the money donated to the group is going directly to her as she starts her long road to recovery. We'll have links on where to donate on our website at wrdw.com.
Certainly can tell that she is one of the best in her field. And Sydney, something important to put out, this case is in the hands of the Burke County Animal Shelter, so we're still digging into the investigation.
Also this evening, voters at 7 o'clock tonight. And remember, whoever wins this race today runs uncontested. In November, they become Aiken's next mayor.
A wrongful arrest lawsuit against North Augusta Public Safety is dismissed. Michael Johnson sued the department after he claimed they charged him with murder and held him while they had evidence he was innocent. Johnson was accused of suspicion of murder back in 2018. His charges were eventually dismissed. The lawsuit was dismissed with prejudice, which means he cannot refile. New details tonight in a deadly plane crash in Sandersville. A preliminary report shows a deputy reported hearing the sound of the engine change overhead. That lines up with what deputies say the pilot told them about the engine failing. The crash happened on Kalen Road near the airport. That new report says the plane made it about a quarter of a mile away before it ran into issues. 69-year-old Timothy Pfizer was killed in the crash.
We mentioned the Green Jackets. They are back at SRP Park tonight, but one of their best players will not be with the team. Dan tells us who's moving on one step closer to the big leagues. Next in sports.
And today was very hot across the region, but luckily we are dropping temperatures tomorrow thanks to our next cold front moving in. We'll see how long this nice weather can stick around just after the break.
On your sideline, sports brought to you by the Hawk Law Group.
More often than not, good starting pitching is hard to come by in baseball. The Green Jackets are saying goodbye to a fan favorite, Owen Murphy. Murphy is being called up to play high A ball for the Rome Braves. The 19-year-old right-hander was the Braves' first-round pick in 2022. He leads the Green Jackets in innings pitched and strikeouts so far this season. Murphy struck out 107 batters in just 21 appearances in Augusta. The Green Jackets are back at SRP Park tonight, starting their series with the Charleston River Dogs. First pitch is set for 7:05. Switching gears to college football now. During their Week 4 matchup against Mississippi State, the South Carolina Gamecocks are retiring the jersey for wide receiver Alshon Jeffrey. The St. Matthews, South Carolina native played for 3 seasons for the Gamecocks, tallying up over 3,000 receiving yards and found the end zone 23 times, which is tied for the most receiving touchdowns in Gamecocks history. After having his time lighting up the scoreboard at Williams-Brice, Jeffrey played 9 seasons in the NFL and won a Super Bowl with the Philadelphia Eagles. With Week 1 of the high school football season in the books, tonight at 11, I'm revealing the Under the Lights top 5 plays of the week. Our local footballers put on a show in Week 1, and I promise you will not want to miss some of these plays. Also, make sure to tune in on Friday night at 11 for our newest episode of Under the Lights, where in addition to seeing all of these outstanding plays, you can watch us break down all of the biggest high school football stories from all around the CSRA.
Looking forward to it, Dan. Thanks so much. Property taxes for Augusta homeowners are on track to jump higher. We're on your side with how much and why when we come back.
All night.
It is property tax assessment time across our viewing area, and that means the chance for higher taxes. Augusta city leaders already decided to take the rollback rate and not raise taxes.
But property assessments on average went up, which does mean higher taxes. The last part of the equation is the school board's millage rate. Our Craig Allison live now from the Board of Education. So, Craig, the school board is on track to raise property taxes. Break this all down for everyone.
That's right, y'all. So despite the fact that commissioners and now the Board of Education are looking to take lower millage rates, property assessments aim to bring those annual payments up by about $164 on average. Richmond County says the average price of a home was about $130,000 to $150,000 last year, now jumping up by 40%. That brings those average homes now to more than $200,000.
It scares me.
and it makes me think I'm not going to be able to live in my 70-year-old non-renovated house.
Paul Wheeler came in to voice his frustration. He says he doesn't feel like the services represent what he's paying.
In the years that I've lived here, I've not seen better roads, better services, and now from our interaction with one of the schools, it makes me wonder, where is this money going?
All of it, a domino effect with the rise in property assessments. Commissioners are looking to approve a lower tax rate that's even less than last year, so is the Board of Education. But with the average property assessment jumping 40%, about $150,000 to more than $200,000 on average, it's an extra $164 to the annual taxes.
Well, I'm a taxpayer too here in Richmond County, and I also had an increase, so I would probably have some of the same concerns. Although I would say that this is not the forum for those concerns. We can't address what another department within the city's done that we have no relations with.
But for the time being, it looks like everyone will pay even more than last year.
I don't mind paying more taxes as long as they're going to something positive.
Now, the school board says that their rate still had to be a little higher than what county commissioners would have preferred. That was to take on more healthcare costs and paying their employees and staff. That being said, the last day to dispute your property assessments was yesterday. In Augusta, Craig Allison on your side.
Everybody watching the bottom line on that tax bill right now. Craig, thanks. A blue bin causing some big headaches. North Augusta's recycling program, it's gone through a lot of changes in the last few years, and its newest version is causing some frustration as well.
Over accessibility, some say they haven't even gotten their bin yet. Hallie Turner breaks down the frustration and what North Augusta says about it all.
About a month ago, North Augusta rolled out its new curbside recycling program, introducing these 18-gallon bins instead of the old blue bags. But customers tell me as they enter the second week of this new transition, the new way to reduce, reuse, and recycle is only raising more questions than solutions.
I feel like this was dropped in our laps, and I'm sure there was planning, but we didn't know about it. We didn't know the bins were being delivered. People didn't know what the bins were about when they were delivered. Lots of people still don't know when the collection's happening. We don't know what's acceptable to be collected.
Tim and Melissa B. Miller say they found out about the new recycling program when this blue bin landed on their property.
We were one of the ones that actually pulled it out of the yard. They just kind of came through, threw them in the front yards, and called it a day.
The couple says by the time anyone got to the bin, the information packet was ruined from the rain, and some people still don't have their bin.
As of this week, I know a friend of mine that lives across the main road from us in the subdivision on the other side did not have her bin.
If they do, the B. Millers say they're probably facing the same issues.
So all of these boxes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're just a family of two. We fill it up in usually about 4 or 5 days. I know that there are multiple families around here with 4 or 5 people in the household, and they're done and filled within 2 days.
Morgan Kelly says that's when she reached out to the city on Facebook, but never got a reply.
The reason that I commented is that it wasn't a very old thread, and the people in front of me had already received responses from the City of North Augusta account about how full that the bin was because we were so diligent about sorting our trash. And of all the responses on that thread, of course, I did not get a response to my question.
City officials tell us the program officially started on August 14th. All customers who have curbside pickup trash should have gotten a bin. If you did not, call them immediately. Recycling will be collected every other week on the day your trash is picked up. The first tote is free, and if you fill it up quickly, you can buy a new one for $15 or drop off the overflow trash right here on Clay Pit Road. As for anyone wondering what is acceptable and what is not, you can find them on the city's website. Reporting in North Augusta, Hallie Turner on your side.
So by now, all customers have been assigned a color.
And if you got your blue bin, there was a color, a sticker on it, either blue or green. That tells you which week your pickup is. So if you can't remember that or you threw away the sticker already, you can go to our website, wrdw.com, to check.
And we'll have another look at that 7-day forecast just after a quick break.